one ever imagined where Amora got her luxury hair from. 3 women lay on torn foam mattresses in a windowless room. Rusty chains held their wrists to iron poles fixed into the wall. Their hair, impossibly long, spilled across the floor like dark water. In barely 2 weeks, it had grown past their knees. Their bodies were fragile and hollow, their faces drawn tight with fear. Every morning, this was the sight Amora walked into when she came to collect what she needed. But her story had not started this way. Months earlier, Amora was just another struggling trader in the city of Zuba. She owned a tiny shop called Amora Locks Hair, squeezed between phone repair kiosks and second-hand clothing stores. She sold low-quality extensions and contact lenses that barely moved. Each day, she watched wealthy women glide past in luxury cars, their heads crowned with glossy foreign weaves that cost more than her yearly rent. They laughed, posed for photos, and lived the life she craved. Amora was exhausted. Exhausted from begging customers, from counting small notes, from sleeping in a cramped room with peeling walls. She wanted more. She wanted respect, money, and entry into the world of the elite. Real human hair was the key. The problem was access. Genuine suppliers charged outrageous prices, and the trade was tightly controlled by powerful importers. No matter how hard she tried, every door stayed shut. Then she remembered the whispers from her childhood. Stories from her hometown in Oroma, tales of old women who understood forces beyond reason. Her mother had always said that when modern solutions failed, the ancient past still existed. So Amora packed a bag and boarded a night bus back home. After listening quietly, her mother led her deep into the forest at dawn, to a compound hidden behind thick vines and ancient trees. The woman who lived there was old, her eyes sharp and knowing. She listened without interrupting, then disappeared into a shrine and returned holding 2 gourds. One was small, filled with a dark, bitter-smelling liquid. The warning was clear. Anyone who drank the liquid would grow hair endlessly, thick and strong. But there was a cost. Amora must never be intimate with a man, not once. The larger god must never leave her room. If it broke, the power would end. Love meant nothing to her compared to wealth. She paid, took the gods, and left. She did not notice the sadness in the old woman's eyes. Back in the city, Amora planned carefully. She needed women with naturally soft hair, people desperate enough to trust her promises. Her research led her to rural communities in Southeast Asia. She sold what little she owned, flew out, and hired a local fixer named Tuan. She told women she owned a growing beauty factory in West Africa. She promised good pay, housing, and food. For people earning almost nothing, it sounded like salvation. 3 women agreed. Lin, Bao, and Kim. They arrived quietly and were driven straight to a secluded house outside the city. On their first night, Amora gave them the dark liquid, claiming it was medicine against tropical sickness. They drank it willingly. The changes began within days. Their hair grew rapidly, painfully fast. With the growth came unbearable headaches, weakness, and constant dizziness. When they begged to leave, Amora refused. One night, she drugged their food. When they woke up, they were chained. Every few days, she returned with scissors. The hair grew back almost instantly. Money poured in. Amora's brand exploded. She moved into a luxury apartment, bought expensive cars, and became one of the very women she once envied. What was meant to last a few months stretched into half a year. Greed took over. Then she made one mistake. At a party, drunk on success and alcohol, she forgot the rule. She went home with a stranger. From that moment, the power weakened. The hair slowed. It thinned. Panic set in. Unbeknownst to her, her assistant, Nkiru, had been watching. The lies, the unexplained stock, the secret trips. One morning, police raided the hidden house. What they found shocked even seasoned officers. Amora was arrested while packing to flee. At the hospital, doctors were helpless. Nothing explained the condition of the women. Under questioning, Amora confessed everything. The only way to stop it, she said, was to destroy the god. She refused, until force left her no choice. When it shattered, the power vanished. The women slowly recovered. Amora was sentenced to decades behind bars. In prison, she finally understood the warning she had ignored. Power borrowed from darkness never belongs to the borrower. It always collects its debt. And it always takes more than it gives.